What's good, chat? Let me go ahead and share this out to our Discord. That way everybody knows we're live. We'll go ahead and get started. I want to do so many encounters tonight. Alright, we're good. Hope you guys are doing well. Yo, what's up, Ash? What's up, Braylor? It's good to have you guys. I want to do so many encounters. So we're going live hours earlier than normal. Getting into Magic the Gathering? Ooh, I love me some Magic, bro. What colors are you playing? Where's my counter? There it is. White and green, very nice. See, I'm just a douchebag, and I play red-blue. I have 2 red-blue decks. I have 1 5-color deck, and I've got 1 mono-black. So I've got 4 decks. Elevere of the Wild Court. Ooh, I've heard of Elevere. I could not tell you the effect, but I've heard the name. Yeah, Magic's pretty sweet. I still personally prefer Yu-Gi-Oh! Myself, just because I've grown up with it and played it my entire life and everything. But I love Magic. It's so much fun. You love the Enchantment Center strategy? That's fair. You like YGO more? Yeah, I like Commander because you can play with more of your friends at once, and it's very slow-paced. And you can strike deals with people, and there's like a lot of communication. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just very fast-paced. But I still prefer Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I just have such an attachment to it from over the years. But Magic's very fun. So, my commanders that I play, my mono black is Karumonix, the Rat King. And I'm making it strictly for a meme. I actually haven't finished the deck yet. It's just, I'm making it on a budget. I'm making it for a meme. Because, let me grab these. I've got these, I can pick this last one up, good lord. I've got these dice. I just dropped one. These dice that, look like cheese cubes. I don't know, the light's probably too bright. But they've got, like, the little holes on them, like Swiss cheese all over them. So I'm making a rat deck that the whole point is to roll the cheese dice. And everyone else at the table has to roll the cheese dice. And that's all it is. I'm not even trying to win with that deck. It's just really funny. But the other decks... What's up, Chucky? We're just talking about some Magic, because Braylor's getting into Magic. My other decks are... Furkrog the Cunning Instigator, because it was my first one. It's a goad strategy. It just makes everybody else fight each other while I sit there and eat popcorn. It was my very first deck, so I've just upgraded it slightly. Then, I've got Niv Mizzet Perrin, because, I built it to see how long it would take for the entire table to turn on me and, like, designate me the enemy. It's just very annoying. And then my 5-color is the Ur-Dragon, which I'm still building and will take me years to actually finish, because that deck is so expensive. White's the worst color. And it's my favorite. I don't know, man. There's some really powerful white cards. I went to a Beyblade tournament at GameStop and an employee gave me a deck for free. Nice. I love Beyblade. I feel like the history of Americana lore was like, we got Pokemon, and then we got Yu-Gi-Oh! Then, not too long after, we got Bakugan, and then we got Beyblade, and like, it was just these new hot things for kids to pick up. But I remember playing all of these games, because I'm an ancient ancient statue. I still have my Beyblade stadiums and some Beyblades in my closet. Also, guys, you'll have to forgive me while I'm snacking on this apple. Like, the second I take a bite, it looks like people put stuff in chat. So I have to finish my bite before I can actually respond. So if I take a bite, I don't say anything to your comment, that's why. It's because I'm busy chewing. But I will respond to your comments. I promise. Well, I tell you, the second I take a bite, bro. I play all except Bakugan. I used to, not anymore. I got bored. Yeah, Bakugan very quickly fell off. I think between Bakugan and Beyblade, Beyblade was a lot more impactful. And I feel like more people stayed with Beyblade than they did Bakugan. Because even today, people talk about Beyblade, but I barely ever see Bakugan. I know the fan base still exists. Like, not dead. It's just... It's hard to find stuff going on for it, you know. I won the tournament. I used to play on this site years ago, and they would also drop locations for tournaments on that website. And I kid you not, every time I went to the locations as a kid, the location didn't even know. They're like, wait, there's a tournament today? I remember I went to a Toys R Us one time, and they had decided to, like, in the middle of the day, bust out tables, and like parents and everybody was talking to them like, yo, there's a tournament today, like, what, why is it not set up? You won the tournament? Hey, congrats, bro. Congrats. I don't think I won any Beyblade tournaments I went to. Yeah, I used to be huge into Bakugan. I'll never be into a game like that as much as I am Yu-Gi-Oh, though. Yu-Gi-Oh just has such a special place in my heart. Even with Pokemon, like literally earlier today, I was sitting here at my desk and I was watching a guy play, I think it was Route 104 on piano, and it just hit me so much in the nostalgia. Like, I was actually kind of sad. I was sitting there, I was like, man, I am old. But even with like huge things like that, where like I have such a connection to Pokemon, nothing hits the same as Yu-Gi-Oh. Nothing does. I don't know what it is. Bakugan fell off after 2nd gen. That's fair. Like, original era Bakugan was just, it was crazy. But after a while, it's felt very recycled. So, I can get behind that. I don't know. I feel like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh were the biggest culture shocks of the generations. And then everything afterwards was just trying to copy their predecessors. Like, Beyblade and Bakugan were also trying to jump on that wave. There were a couple other things out there like Chaotic that was trying to jump on that wave. But nothing could just stick like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh did. Because, like, if we're talking the biggest 3 collectible games of their time periods, we have Magic the Gathering, which came out way earlier. And that's an American/Canada-based thing. So, millennials and people a little bit older than them love that game. Then there's the next gen, where Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Came out in the late 90s, early 2000s. And they also just stuck everywhere. Yu-Gi-Oh! Even being the most popular and most played trading card game a couple of years later, even more so than Magic, which I believe was like 2009 is when that happened. So it was like almost a decade later. But obviously now I think Magic is more played than Yu-Gi-Oh! At the moment. Which I understand, because a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans have gotten upset with Konami in the last couple of years. But when have they not been upset with Konami? That's nothing new. Pokemon has just been steadily growing. Like, it's doing its own thing. It skyrockets, man. Granted, the leaks that just happened have been kind of crazy, and I'm sure some people are very upset. But, yeah, just nothing sticks like Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Those three will probably be eternal. And even after they stop production, people are still going to play those games. Like, for Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic, if they all three collectively said at the same time, hey, these last sets we're making are the last sets, there will be no other sets made, people wouldn't stop playing those games. Like, they'd start holding tournaments for older formats. They would, have tournaments where, like, there'd be, like, a cost limit on your deck or whatever to change the decks that be played at those tournaments. There'd be a lot of stuff you could do, and the games would be going for a long time to come. To be clear, though, I don't think Magic, Pokemon, or Yu-Gi-Oh! Are stopping anytime soon. You go to a card shop to find product, most people there are looking for Magic, Pokemon, or Yu-Gi-Oh! It's one of those three. There are other games out there, like there's Vanguard, there's Digimon, Flesh and Blood. There's some people coming up with their own games. Like my local card shop has a game called Frost and Flames, I believe is what it's called. It's either that or Fire and Ice. I think it's called Frost and Flames. But, it's a game made by a local person. So, I mean, there are other games out there, obviously. But, like, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic, and Pokemon are those big three that people look for at card shops. And obviously, the One Piece card game is an up-and-coming thing, which is becoming more huge, like, every month. Granted, it's got 25 years of One Piece behind it to really propel it, where the other games didn't. So, I mean, that's a big factor. So, One Piece is becoming one of those games that you'll find at a card shop. The Dragon Ball card game, that's another one. The thing that Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Has, and now One Piece as well, since this card game is well into development, they've got a lot of nostalgia behind them, right? Like, you can just release stuff and say, like, hey, this is an anniversary thing for X, Y, or Z. And people will eat that stuff up. But when you have a new game that people didn't grow up with and people are just finding out about it, it's really hard to push that. Water real quick, chat. Alright, we're good. Be honest, man, I haven't thought about Bakugan in a long time. The only time I think of Bakugan is like whenever I get the opening theme stuck in my head. That opening theme was a bop. I gotta put this brace on, chat. One sec. My arm is just killing me. Let me fix this, chat. There we go. That's a little better. It's gonna make eating that apple very weird, but... One sec, chat. Hopping in my Yu-Gi-Oh! Discord. Might text one of the boys. One sec, chat. Okay. Still nothing. Hello?
Buzz.
So, did you end up not napping?
No, I just got home.
Ah, gotcha.
Replacement Twin Bow and Air Blast came in.
Oh, yeah?
I reordered a couple of the Battle Boss cards I took out of my binder.
My binders came in. They're still in the box. I haven't opened them yet.
Yes.
So I've done a lot of testing with Clockwork Knight today.
Okay.
And I think the best uses are exactly what I told you. If the opponent imperms statue before I use its effect, because they won't be able to once I do, because it triggers your cost. It's what I want to summon back. Or like if I summon statue and they imperm it, then normal summon Wyvern and they ash it, or like Desiree it or something. I can always link away statue, tribute Wyvern, summon statue back, and then use the effect for the first time. So it's going to be a neat little extender for me. And obviously, since I side Clockwork Knight, the spell card, I can search it against decks that matter. Like against Tenpai, for example, I can purposely hard make Sanafon Baguska, and then just keep the commander on field to link away into Clockwork Knight, tribute Ancient Gear Ballista to summon another Ancient Gear back for extra plays. But the important thing is I'll be able to link into the Clockwork Knight, sending either Advance or Fortress to search Clockwork Knight itself, and be able to play it on top of those other Floodgate monsters. Yo, what's up, Coles? Welcome to the stream. I'm going live like way early tonight.
Yeah.
I figured I got nothing else to do. I decided not to go to locals. I'll stream for like 5 hours or something. Get as much progress on this shiny Treecko as I can. But you know, it's a neat little card, and it does have some interaction for Cyber Dragons. But I think you have to do like a Cyber Dark heavier build to make it work. Because Cyber Dark Realm is like one of their only 2 continuous spells. The other one's also a Cyber Dark card. But it's definitely worth playing. Masuna hunting Beldum and Violet right now? Heck yeah. I wish you luck. Yeah, I watched a video earlier and a guy was talking about how Cyber Dragon Core by itself can turn into a 1-card combo that ends on Regulus and SP at the bare minimum.
Are you back? Perfect. You realize that I'm the best general in France. You seriously would need to have a real little silk shine. You were there? Who's there? Who is it? Me. You know, Lord Monday. Then I feel good. Anyway, you're in the middle of the night, this weather. Be still. With who are you talking?
He's talking to me.
my dinner for tonight is one Honeycrisp apple. Is this a shiny badge quest? Quest DQ. Are you doing this for SNG? I'm just doing it to do it. I'm gonna do a playthrough of this game with the shinies, but like, there's certain ones I want. So after this one, I'm gonna go for Ralts. But I'm just playing the game to go after shinies that I want to get.
I must go now. Say goodbye to my family. I think the letters from home. Yes, I must be with the gentleman in the next.
Yeah, I was talking to Mikey on the phone earlier. He's like, yeah, dude. It's a good card. I was like, yeah, we're all getting more and more powerful by February. So, I'm excited. He's like, everybody but me. I was like, you just got Primites. He's like, they're not Red Eyes cards, though. I was like, okay, true, but your deck is stronger than before.
Yeah.
Kind of a mix of the latter two. Yeah, kind of. I'm just shiny hunting to shiny hunt. I don't really have a goal in mind for it. Yeah, it's made me kind of laugh because I've seen people make videos on Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon, and they're saying this is one of the most powerful Dragon Link cards to be printed in a long time. And I'm just like, I have such a temptation to send this to Mikey.
And he drinks champagne all day long.
What you got going on the rest of the day? You working on your desk some more?
I can take a quick picture and show you what it looks like now.
Yeah, go for it.
Sure.
Yeah, it looks a little bit more organized.
The hero deck box is one of them has those bleach cards and the other has both supers and ultras that I don't have a spot for.
Gotcha.
I ordered some more stuff last night.
I ordered some stuff today.
Oh.
I ordered basically all of Raging Battle and a couple of things before and after it. I ordered the very first X-Sabers.
Nice.
Because X-Sabers debuted in the 5D Starter Deck 2009, not the 2008 one.
Wait, I thought they debuted in Terminal World stuff.
Mm-mm. For example, oh, I didn't put space there. X-Saber Airbellum, the main deck level 3.
Mm-hmm.
His first printing was 5D's Starter Deck 2009. Then he was a secret rare 5 months later in Hidden Arsenal. And then January 29th of 2010 was Dual Terminal 1, where he was a super rare. He has 6 printings total. The most recent one being in 2015 in the Master of Pendulum Structure deck. There's a lot of X Sabers that came out way later. But like as for the originals, they debuted in the 5D Starter Deck 2009. Which is weird because there was a 5D Starter Deck 2008 as well, and it was like a totally different list.
Yesterday, I kind of sort of pre-built, quote unquote, a Arcana Force deck.
Oh yeah, for that support?
Yeah. And then tried to pre-build one for Fabled.
Mm-hmm.
So in doing so, I realized, well, we don't know when we're getting this stuff.
I mean, we know
Because
it's in Terminal World 2.
Yeah, but that's all we know.
Yeah.
Because there's still one more archetype to get support in that set.
Ojamas.
I wish, but no, it's either Nekroz or Gishki. I ordered some Fable cards to either bump or match rarities, or to kind of replace some of the ones I took out of the binder.
For that
Because I even put Fable in an archetype binder.
I mean, I don't blame you. One of your favorite archetypes.
So like I said, I took Plant Link apart, I took Valmonica and Ashen apart and put them in the archetype binder. I don't think I'm going to get rid of the Valmonica stuff because I do like the archetype.
It just needs a little bit more. There's
It's
so
just-
many decks right now that just need a little bit more.
It's had 5 waves of support,
Yeah, I know. That's the bad thing.
but I put a couple extra Vanquish Soul cards in the binder as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you'll be...
Are you there?
Buttons. Yeah.
You cut out pretty bad.
Oh, I turned my camera on.
Oh.
I don't know.
Let me flip over and look at it real quick.
So, you know those oversleeves I've been using for my extra deck?
Yeah.
I actually put them on the Vanquish Soul stuff.
Okay.
Since Ryzen had the Secret Rare printing from the 10s, I ordered a 3rd Secret Rare Ryzen.
Uh-huh.
So when that comes in, this is getting filled. This is Mad Love. I need to get 3 more of her. 1 more Pantera. And then, let's see. Caesar Valius is this last slot.
Alright.
So then I just kind of started filling this binder in backwards. So if I'm Monica, Ashen, I need to get a couple more Ashen cards. These I should have in bulk somewhere.
I kind of want to do a Cyber Dragon binder. Same way I'm doing the Ancient Gear binder, but the Cyber Dragon binder would be a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
There
This
are
is
some
the-
crazy expensive Cyber Dragon cards out there.
The Super Poly target I told Mikey to use for Jeremy's deck,
Mm-hmm.
Embers of the Ashen, that just needs 2 Pyros.
Yeah.
And then Ice Jade. I don't know, I might pick Labyrinth back up at some point. Justina. Which Justina and Ashen should actually be getting some support next year.
You think so?
Well, they're finally coming over to the, or going over to the OCG.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Ashen, Testina, and I think Fighting Flame Swordsman. Because just like with the Gate Guardian stuff, when that finally went to OCG, we got Dark Guardian and Dark Element.
You know what Mikey and I were talking about earlier? We were
What?
talking about that Clockwork Knight card.
Uh-huh.
and how it looks eerily similar to Robotic Knight, the normal monster.
Yeah. People's already made that comparison.
Is that why you said Clockwork Machine King?
Yeah. Like
Which-
Clockwork King or whatever.
I would absolutely love that, dude. Machine King was one of my favorite cards growing up. My favorite DM era cards were Machine King and Labyrinth Tank. Oh, and Barrel Dragon as well. Yeah, forget Barrel Dragon. But when I saw Golem in the opening of GX in that first episode, I was like, alright guys, move over.
And here's the Fabled stuff. It looks empty because I had to take a bunch of stuff out for the deck.
Yeah, but that's natural.
Yeah. And then there's some spots like these, that's for the new stuff. I went ahead and pre-spaced. I think I get room for one more archetype. I don't know what I want to put in here. I kind of want to put Infernoids in. I don't know. I almost would do Dark World, but I know that would take up too much space.
Oh yeah.
So I only want to do archetypes I have actually played or taken an interest in.
Yeah, apparently Jeremy beat Mikey the other day.
Really?
A full-on match. They played 2 matches. It was on Sunday. And Jeremy got the first match. Then they played another best of 3 match, and Mikey got the second one. But the fact that he got that first one in the first place, though, it's good. I'm real excited for November. I'm about to be at 7,900 encounters.
Woo.
I'm about 200 something encounters away from full odds, roughly. I am now officially 2,000. Wait, hold on. I'm having a stroke.
Right now you're at 7,899 on the stream.
7,900. So
Yeah.
100, 200. Okay, 200 and 92 encounters away from full odds. Because full odds is 8,192. So another 100 would be 8,000. The 200 would be 8,100. And then another 92. So 292. Yo, what's up, Mason? A little early today, Turtle. How you been? Yeah, I wanted to do like a lot longer stream and get a lot more encounters in, so I thought I'd start like way earlier. That way I could stream for hours and hours and just keep encountering, you know. How you been, Mason? I've been good though. Just been working a lot, you know. For some reason, I knew it was 292, but my brain was throwing an extra 1 in there for some reason because of the 192, and I was like, wait a minute, what number is this? Fair enough, been well, thank you. I'm glad to hear it, man. I missed seeing you around a bit. I noticed you haven't been the last couple of streams, but everybody got stuff going on, so that's totally fine.
I also pulled this side the Tenpai, Gimmick Puppet, Exosister, and Life One stuff.
Oh yeah?
to see if Greg wants to buy it.
Since you have that Fulos, are you gonna try and sell it, or are you gonna try to get that second Fulos from Mikey?
I'm gonna sell it.
I don't blame you one bit.
I don't have much of an interest in playing the thing.
Good
Plus,
amount of
my deck
homework.
was-
Is Weevil here today? Yeah, he's in call right now.
Buzz.
I love those good old TCG character names. Weevil, Underwood, Rex Raptor, Mako Tsunami.
Like, even though OC, like, some original names of those characters had something to do with what they played, but when it came to the States and the translation, they made it too on the nose.
They did. He said, "Hey Weevil, how's the bug collection?" Well, you missed it. He was talking about his card collection earlier.
Yeah, I had to reorder some Battle Wasp cards to refill my binder from what I'm using for my actual deck.
I still plan to go down to Stone Mountain one day and buy like a couple thousand cards from that guy's bulk collection, just to see what I get.
Honestly, I love that shop, but I hate that drive.
The Charlie's Collectible Show.
Yeah,
It's a really good shop.
it is. I just hate that long ass drive.
How long is it for you guys again?
Come on. And just go on Stone Mountain. About 4 hours.
Oh, that's not bad. I drive 5 hours to get to Mikey's house. In November, I'll be driving 5 hours down there for those couple of days.
Also spruced up Emigo a bit last night with some of the new cards I got.
Have you got your charms yet?
I have one charm. I think that's all I'm gonna run.
It is so hard to do this counter with this brace on. I need the brace on for my arm, but I've got to take it off. Otherwise, I can't do this that effectively. A lot better. I need to spruce up a couple of decks myself. What's the brace for?
Think about next month.
I've kind of... Yeah. I've kind of messed up my arm at work. I don't really know what I've done to it, but the wrist hurts. The muscles are always, like, sore. Everything is, like, numb to the touch. If I do this, I feel like the muscles kind of, like, contract and shake a bit, and they're all tingly. I don't know what I've done to it, but it's definitely not good. But I don't have insurance yet, so I'm not going to the doctor and giving them $300 and telling me, hey, we don't know what's wrong with it. And even if they did know what's wrong with it, they'd be like, hey, go get this thing for like another $100. Literally, I went to the walk-in the other day for something completely unrelated. And they were like, we know what it is. Go to the Walgreens, we'll get you a prescription. They're like, all right, that'll be $106. I was like, dang, okay. So I went over to Walgreens. And they're like, oh, yep, we got exactly what you need. That'll be $90. I was like, can you put it on a good RX card? They're like, yeah, we can. It'll be $30. I was like, okay, that's a lot better. So guys, one sec. I'm fixing one of my nails for guitar right now.
So I need a Spruce of Vanquish Soul.
Yeah, it's been a little minute since you've touched that deck. Shiny right now just because I'm here. What's up, Z?
Because I haven't really, like, I've played it a couple times since Ragnarok it came out, but I haven't, like, updated or changed anything in it.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't really had a need to. Let's see if you're right, Z. But it's gonna be the Pooch. Oh, God. Please no.
If it is, you're getting banned.
It's not the Pooch. And it's not Treecko either. Not the first time I've been wrong. Same. Yeah, I know I said I was having only an apple for dinner, but I'm thinking about making some ramen later. Did I see the tweet? You will need to be much more specific. So I guess no guitar practice now, correct? No, you'd be wrong. We struggle, bro. We struggle. I can't just, like, stop my life, you know, just because something's happened to my arm, you know? Like, I gotta do more stuff. The one you tagged me in? Was it the shiny Treecko? I barely checked Twitter. Let me look. Let me click on X. Oh yeah, the Masuda method one. Yeah, I liked that one. Yeah, it's part of adulting that sucks, is that, like, just because something happens to you doesn't mean you can just, like, put everything on hold. Granted, guitar is just a hobby, but it's something I really enjoy, and I just can't put it down, you know? Granted, I haven't really been practicing a lot lately anyways, just because I've been, like, so busy at work. But still. Yeah, I took all the tin pie stuff out of my trade binder. It's all so cheap. If somebody wants to play tin pie, they'll just order it all. There's no reason to have it in there. It sucked if the arm got worse. Yeah, but I mean, until I get insurance, I can't really literally afford to have it checked out. You know what happened? What happened, Z? Yo, you meant, oh yeah, I don't know. I heard it at work.
Or at least that's what he's telling you, chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. You heard it on the internet, therefore it must be true. We gotta get Mikey to partake in no normal monster November.
N.
Yeah. I won't fail it. I won't play a single normal monster all November.
Neither will I.
We all know you heard it making sausage gravy. Don't tell the chat that, Z. They're
It
not supposed
totally
to know.
doesn't have. It totally doesn't have anything to do with what's going on next month.
Have you seen the guy on TikTok who like works out a lot and he's like, on Monday we do legs because blah 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 blah. He's like, on Wednesday we do arms because blah blah blah. Have you seen that guy?
I haven't.
He's hilarious. There was one. It was a while back. Liver King. It might be Liver King. I don't know his name exactly, but there was one he did like years ago, where he's like on Wednesday he's like pumping iron as to doing it. He's like, on Wednesday we do arms because if you want a dommy mommy to slap your salami, you gotta be freaking swole.
Oh my lord.
He posts stuff like that every day, and he'll say different things. And I don't know why, but that just made me think of that guy for a second. I was joking, but could you imagine if I was right? I genuinely do not know his name because I don't have TikTok. I just see his stuff on YouTube. The guy is massive too. Like, he's very muscularly built. Like, I don't know if he's technically a bodybuilder or not, but he's pretty massive. I'm looking this guy up. I'm gonna send you a YouTube short. Okay, here you go. I found him.
Oh lord.
Robert Frank 615. You don't have to watch all of them, but like that's just a little compilation of his stuff. He makes stuff like that all the time.
I think I've seen this.
Probably. He's pretty popular. I don't follow any like workout guys, but I love his content.
I think the funniest thing is he can't even finish the thing without
Yeah.
busting up laughing.
I know, his laughter's contagious. I mean, to be fair, if I was the one doing it, I probably couldn't either. I'd lose it while I look at the camera. Oh, I gotta remember tonight to find 2 tokens. I've got them right here. I'm gonna do this right now. For, the end of my fusion binder. One sec, chat. Got a Yugi token. And a Kaiba token. I fill up any extra slots with tokens just because I don't want to have empty slots. So what's up, Chikorita? Like, I don't want to start a set in one binder and then cut it off halfway through and then the next binder continue that set. I want the entire set in that one binder. So if there's like 4 extra slots at the bottom of a binder, I'll just put 4 tokens there or something. Sup, Shoodle? Nothing much. Just shiny hunting. You have a streamer friend who got a full out shiny Aron and Ruby? Heck yeah, I wish that was me. But alas, is not. I don't know how I'm gonna break my stream later to make dinner. I was joking about this apple actually being my dinner. I was just snacking on it. Steel Turtle just won't show in facts, bro. I'm so scared to start that hunt back up again.
It's just gonna cost you. I don't do stuff for free or cheap.
The OnlyFans culture has changed him, chat. He knows his worth.
The only hive.
The same streamer got a full odds Mareep and gold. Good God, man. Also, I now know what I'm doing for dinner.
What?
Apparently, my family made these, like, hot dog inside of crescent roll things. I can smell them right now.
So, essentially, pigs in a blanket.
Giant ones, but yes.
Hogs in a sheet, I call them.
Hogs in a sheet, yeah. Chat, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get some hogs in a sheet. Let me just do this encounter real quick. That way I don't have to get up later and do it. Okay. Be right back.
No, y'all are stuck with me. Enjoy what? You'll be more specific.
Hogs and sheets collected. This is where you insert the Dark Souls text over the screen. You hear that noise. Hogs and sheets collected. Any shiny Puchianas yet? Yes, one. Just one. Got it at 2,206 encounters. So it was very early.
Yeah, my mom...
This is how big it is, CJ, if you can see my stream. Giant pig in a blanket.
Yeah. Like, it's pretty much a regular hot dog just wrapped up in a croissant or a biscuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom done that a while back, and I just like hogs in a sheet because it's bigger than a pig in a blanket.
Yeah. Wow, they have it, Glizzy. By the way, have you watched Weevil versus Joey about Modern Yu-Gi-Oh? Yes, I have.
That's the one where Weevil uses trap tricks.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, me and you both watched it.
Yeah.
And you know what the sad thing is?
What's that?
It was kinda on the nose for certain people, and I could see
Oh,
Weevil
yeah.
doing that.
100%.
I'll tell you when you're older.
Because people like Weevil in that video. Look at the trap trick monsters and that are like still wood. Still wood.
Matt, don't talk like you ain't looked at Ancient Geared Golem and thought the same thing.
Now that waifu-ized version of one, yes. The actual one, no.
I know you've seen the meme picture, don't fist the android girls, and it's someone's hand just crunched up with gears.
Yeah.
That would be you.
Weevil is evil, it's so true, it rhymes.
Damn straight.
DJ over here is evil Weevil. Meanwhile, I'm over here struggling because I'm parasite paranoid non-stop. Totally see Kaiba playing Tier Limit as Shizu. I wouldn't. He'd play Blue Eyes all the time.
Yeah. Like, Kaiba wants to win. But he wants to win his own way.
What the? Why did my...
What? Oh, game froze.
Yeah. Try to figure it out, chat. Got it. Rip, my vet luck charm. No, you're good, Whimsy. I got it. Reason number 782 why I'm going to hell, chat. When Mason put Rutro in chat, the video I immediately thought of was that guy inside the car with the cop outside. He's like, Scoob, I think she got an extra chromosome. And he's like, Rutro Raggy. Insert the hard R. Immediate video I'm thinking of whenever I see that. And Yugi uses Diabell stars? Nah, he would still use... It depends. A Tim would use Dark Magician all day long. Yugi would probably just use... I don't know, the Shining Sark stuff. Joey would definitely use the new Metal Morph stuff and use Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Oh, definitely.
Mako would use Yumi control. Weevil would probably just do Insect Pile. Rex would do Dinos. That's what stuff do you watch? Dude, no, it's hard to explain without showing the video. But it uses a word that people used to use as an insult, and now it's not socially acceptable anymore. It starts with the letter R. You can guess at what word I'm talking about, but I'm not going to say it on my stream.
It's the kind of word that's associated with special ed.
Yes, and now it's no longer the appropriate word for that. It's just a YouTube short, man. I scroll through. I get dark humor all the time on YouTube shorts. You finished your Mayakashi zombie anti-meta deck on Masteral? Heck yeah. I said whatever, bro. Dude, I just watch dark humor nonstop.
Do you get the DJ Kara stuff from GTA?
I don't really play much GTA.
No, it's like an AI voice. Like
Oh,
she's coming.
yeah. Yeah.
No, for the longest time, I thought that was an actual thing from GTA until
did?
one time because I never played GTA. It's like, how have people not been talking about this? And I finally seen in one of the hashtags AI. It's like, okay, now that makes sense.
All my
And
friends
now
play
I
GTA 5.
like GTA itself just like never really appealed to me.
Same.
But I loved Cyberpunk.
Mama Cat! How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Nauseous? Nauseous what? Suffering? Well, suffering what? How dare somebody or something make you nauseous or suffering? I will fight them.
No. You just went outside. You do not have to go. I know you.
It's fine, I asked for it. How did you ask for it? Do not fight my unborn child. That's fair. I thought somebody said something to you that made you nauseous and suffering. I will not fight your unborn child. I will teach them the ways of Yu-Gi-Oh! And have them pick up expensive hobbies from buying shiny cardboard, but that's about all I'll do.
I will give them a dog.
Yeah, what, Rocket?
Yes! You hear that? He huffed and ran out.
We have plenty of dogs. No, you have one dog, Tank. Kyrie doesn't count. Okay. Bit of volcanic Salaman, great deck RL. Very nice, very nice.
No, you just went outside with Dad.
Also, chat, be right back one more time. I've got to turn the fan on in my room, but it's way too hot in here. My fan is right here, so like, it's not like I'll be gone for very long. Tank gang, rise up! Let's go! Tank gang supremacy. For context, CJ, Mama Cat has two dogs, Tank and Kyrie. Well, like I said, she only has one, because Tank is the one that matters. Kyrie is there. When will it be shiny? I don't know. Are you excited for the next Hell of a Boss episode, Weevil? October 31st, remember correctly, is what Mason asks.
Yeah, they said it. Ironically enough, Brandon Rogers announced it on his Twitter that was going to be on Halloween. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Because I think in that episode we finally see how Blitz and Millie met.
How you doing, Ash? Yeah, I thought you said, wow, nauseous, because I was eating hogs on a sheet. Not to be confused with the much smaller pigs in a blanket.
That is now your official term for it, isn't it?
Yep.
You're welcome.
How am I doing? I'm doing. He said that'll be interesting. I'm more interested in Satan because he was going to.
I don't think we'll see Satan in that episode. I think we'll see him in either Mastermind or Sinsmas.
Plan to make a Cyber Dark deck with Red Eyes Dark Dragoon as the boss. Okay. Can we talk about how, like, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon kind of fell off, though?
Good.
Like, if you think about Dragoon, 3 years ago, straight insanity. That guy hits the board, you're probably losing the game. Dragoon hits the board now, and it's just like, dang. Okay. Anyways. It'll be better soon, that's all I'm saying, is what Mason said about Hell of a Boss.
So I'm calling it now. That little clip of Satan is going to lead into a gym commercial. Because we see that there is a workout app that has like a depiction of Satan's face on it. So obviously he's like a gym buff. So I'm calling it now. It's a gag that leads into a commercial as a gag.
Pulled a Dark Dragoon, the 25th anniversary packs. Very nice. Dragoon was in
Nice.
Rarity 2, right?
Yeah.
Also, turned up and playing the new Mario Party game that released last week, and I'm having a blast with it. Heck yeah, dude. Glad to hear it. Yeah, I remember seeing that. I think we watched the same guy on YouTube, is what Mason said to you.
That's a theory I came up myself because I feel like that's something they would do.
Yeah, I didn't stream last night at all. Instead, I played the new Sea of Thieves update. I was mind blown too, because this is from a couple updates ago. But there's a boat on the map called the Burning Blade. Do you know anything about the Sea of Thieves lore, CJ?
No.
Okay, so, I'm gonna take a drink real quick. Throughout all the seasons, there was this pirate called Captain Flameheart, and when he died, his followers built like altars and stuff around him, and his ghost still was trying to get back from the Sea of the Damned, which is like the afterlife, to the Sea of Thieves. Well, his son eventually resurrects him. And stuff like this is completely community-based. Like, there was an event, like a season or two ago, that was literally the Reapers of the Flame, which are the followers of Flameheart, or the Athenas, which are the followers of the Pirate Lord, or the good guy. And you could basically choose which side you want to be on. And whoever sank the most ships, got the most loot, and all these other stats, basically determines what's going to happen. And the Reapers won that one, so Flameheart was resurrected. Now he's on the map, and his boat, the Burning Blade, spawns as an AI entity on the world. The world is massive. And if you sink it, you have the option to pledge your crew to the Burning Blade, and you can sail around on it, and the AI skeleton crew will still work the ship for you while you're sailing. Like, they'll man the cannons, they'll do repairs and stuff. They're just not nearly as good as actual players, but they're there. And so, this has been around for like a season already, and me and my friends have never done it. Well, last night, we decided to do it, because why not? It was an achievement. We don't have the achievement yet, so we did it. And we go around to these skeleton camps all around the map, because when you're on the Burning Blade, that's what you're supposed to do to earn more rep for it. And whenever you lower your emissary for it, or like unpledged to it, you make money based off your rep. We're like, well, it's late, let's just do all 6 skeleton camps on the map, because why not, you know, we got nothing else to do. Typically, before I say how much we made, how I'd make my money before would I'd be doing all these like forts and stuff, and I'd just stockpile loot for like 4 to 5 hours and make like 200, 300k, right? This took us an hour, and we made a little over 400,000 gold. So, if we went for another hour, we would have been like 4 to 5 times larger amounts of gold than I've ever made before. So, now I know exactly how I'm making gold from now on, because that was just complete insanity. MTG-wise, I built a standard blue-black spell sling fairy deck, and last night I found a way to play every creature in my deck and draw my whole deck for free in one turn, reduce the cost from 0 to 3, and at most make my spells unable to be countered. Nice. Very nice. Chat, you want to know how I know I'm fat? Even though I'm not actually fat, I'm pretty skinny. I just had these hogs and sheets for dinner. And that should be enough. But I just took a sip of my drink. I was like, now I need something sweet. I have cookies in the kitchen. I could go get one.
So, you know how cows have multiple stomachs?
Yeah.
Humans do too. They have their regular primary stomach, and then they have their sweets stomach.
Yeah. He said, amen, brother, is what Mason said. Amen, preacher. Amen, preacher. Maybe at 8,000 encounters, I'll go get a cookie. Good lord. There's this guy in the Ancient Gear group chat who I'm convinced just doesn't have a brain.
Is it that same guy you've been ranting about before?
Potentially. But anyways, every time he types something in that chat, I just don't read it. We're talking about Clockwork Knight, the monster.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing that I saw on it when I realized it was him was saying, like, actually it's not working well for Gears at all because it's only playable in Cyber Dragons, which is not true. You can play it in a lot of machine decks. But I don't know, I don't read anything he says because I can't take him seriously, bro. I can't.
I mean, it's playable in Gears.
It is.
It's not going to throw anything off, I don't think.
It won't, but it's also not going to be summoned every game either. Like, it's just something you have to accept. However, with statue being a thing and hand traps being things as well, it is 100% possible that I can make use of that card. And like, even if I did, like if they impermed statue and I linked away Clockwork Knight, or the statue for Clockwork Knight, and then try to use its effect, and then they like DD crowed the statue or something, I can still link Clockwork Knight away for a ballista. It is an earth machine.
Yeah.
So like, it's still got uses, even if it gets stopped itself.
It's not unplayable. It just has limited uses.
Yeah, I will use it probably, but only after statue is released in the TCG.
So, February.
Yeah, and it comes out in January, so I mean, I only have to wait 1 month. And I still haven't decided what card I'm taking out yet. I think it's going to be Farajit, but it might end up being Tryhard.
I'd say it depends on how prevalent Tempa is going to be going forward.
I think so too, but also I like having targets for everything for Slayer that does something besides just going to Grave. And with my side deck heavily geared to going first and Clockwork Knight being able to search the spell card Clockwork Knight, I mean, I feel like I could just go off that, you know?
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to the TCG, it's going to be renamed to Clockwork Soldier.
More than likely, just not to cause confusion.
Because Americans be dumb.
Apparently, I paused my emulator by pressing Control and P. But if you look at your keyboard, I have no idea how I pressed both of those at the same time. But somehow I did.
Did you set something on it, maybe?
No. I just somehow hit both of them at the same time. I don't know how. Granted, I can just press the pause button on my keyboard. But I didn't press the pause key.
Alright. Encounter number 8,000.
Yup, and after this one, I get a cookie. Because I've had the patience to do this. It's not shiny. Be right back, chat. Again.
They might be the best.
It was fate. There was only one left. Alright.
Keyword being was one left.
Yeah. Here's the sad thing. A shiny, on average, is 1 in 8,192. And I've already got the shiny Pushiana. However, if we're being true to the ratios, every encounter is like I'm rolling a 8,192 sided die, and I have to land on number 1 out of the 8,192 sides. If I land on number 1, that's my shiny. If I land on any other side, it's not shiny. Every time I do an encounter, I gotta re-roll that die. Which is why you're not guaranteed a shiny if you encounter 8,192 Pokemon. And why you could technically encounter 3 back-to-back. It's technically possible. Same with getting a card in your opening hand. The chances of pulling a card that's at 1 in your deck is 1 in 40 if you're playing a 40 card deck. But that doesn't mean that if you shuffle your deck 40 times and draw an opening hand of just 1 card that you're gonna draw that card. It's all ratios and probability. Stuff that only made sense to me after I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. I didn't learn a thing in math class. Hey, but thank God I learned mitochondria as the powerhouse of the cell, though, because I don't know where I'd be right now if I didn't know that. That has helped me so much since I've graduated high school, chat.
You know where you would have ended up not knowing that?
Where's that?
Like P. Diddy.
Thank God I'm not. And thank God I know a squared plus b squared equals c squared, because, like, I wouldn't be able to have a job if I didn't have that, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure that's been a real lifesaver.
Yeah. Let me learn you a thing or two, chat, though. Mitochondria is indeed the powerhouse of the cell, but Phytochondria is the haunted house of the cell. You have now learned a thing or two from Turtle Tactics.
Alright, how do I record a stream? Okay, just because my chair is creaking doesn't mean I'm getting up to take you out.
I always want to know if Diddy knows the Pythagorean theorem. And we'll never know. I don't know why I just got a huge craving for coffee right now. But it's 7 p.m. and I should not get coffee. If I worked closing shift tomorrow, I drink coffee. But I open every day this week. And I'm so happy about that too. It's technically the same amount of work when you open or close. It's just there's so much stuff to do at the end of the night, you feel like you're so much more rushed. So it feels like there's a lot more stuff to do when you're closing.
When I worked at Burger King, we closed at 10 or 11, can't remember. And like every night, it would always be about 1 o'clock when we got done with everything.
Same at Panda, man. Like, the kitchen closes at 9, right? So you cannot come in and eat at 9. You can go through the drive-thru until 9:30 and just order from what's left. But we stop cooking, period, at 9 o'clock. Whatever's left is what's left. So 9 o'clock, back-of-house employees like myself being a cook or someone on sides immediately starts cleaning. Like, when I'm a cook, I start cleaning out the fryer, gotta clean the grill, gotta clean the cook station and the side station, I gotta clean the walls, gotta scrub the floors, gotta restock everything.
But you wanna know what's
all that,
bullshit?
But it takes till almost midnight, which you've noticed because I call you at like 11:30, 11:45 my time.
Yeah, it's usually like 10 something when I see Ancient Gear or call from Ancient Gear Meme Lord.
Yeah, because I'm an hour ahead of you.
But no, wanna know what was bullshit?
What's that?
That it would take us until like almost 1 o'clock every night to fully close. If I was by myself, like doing everything, it would still take about the same amount of time.
That's what happens. Cooks at Panda have the most to do, so they're always the last to leave. Front of house employees typically leave first because there's just less to do, but they get paid less. Then the next person to leave is typically the person on sides, because all they have to do is do dishes, take out the trash and any cardboard that goes to our recycle bin, and then clean the back of house floors. Cooks have so much more to do. We have to clean the cooking area floors, clean the side station, clean the cooking station, clean the walls, clean part of the ceiling, restock everything. I don't know if I said clean the fryer, but clean the fryer. If it's Tuesday or Friday, you have to change the oil in the fryer, because we change the oil on Tuesdays and Fridays.
At least you guys changed the oil.
Yeah. Panda's a very clean restaurant, so we clean everything and change stuff regularly.
I don't know, were you down here when the Burger King and Op burned? Or caught fire?
I don't know.
But I bet you I know exactly what happened.
They probably didn't clean their fryer and it caught on fire.
Yep. Because when I worked at the one where I live, I would hear horror stories about that one. The char boiler, there's a ventilation hood over it. They never cleaned that thing. And it was black. Like blacker than your headset.
What's also possible is somebody tried to clean the fryer while it was still on with water. Because how you should clean a fryer is you turn the fryer off, number one.
Mm-hmm.
You let it cool down.
Drain the grease.
Drain the oil. Then you get like a thing of steel wool or a metal scrubber, whatever you want to call it. Get degreaser and maybe like a power dissolver and just scrub the ever-living crap out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can pour water down into it when it's not hot and drain all of the water and take a dry rag to it and dry up as much extra water as you possibly can. then return the oil back into the fryer after all that dries, so you're not having oil and water mixing together and possibly causing a fire. That's how you should clean one. But some people are just dumb and don't do that, so it's possible someone left some water in that fryer, and when it turned on, it had a little miniature explosion.
Though that would imply people up would be taking the time to thoroughly deep clean the fryer.
That's also true. If you don't clean fryers, they can catch fire, which is more than likely what happened.
Just all the crumbs and stuff just built up, covered up the eye, and whoosh.
I think I gave a front of house girl a heart attack the other night. I was back there cooking, and I just put some oil in the wok, and I forget what type of chicken I was making, but I grabbed some garlic, threw it in the oil, and I guess there was something left over in the wok because the entire thing caught on fire, and I just stood there like a foot away from it looking at it, grabbed my ladle, got a whole another cup of oil, and just threw it into the wok, and it smothered the fire out because there was no oxygen. And I turned around and she was just looking at me like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. It's just a fire." And then I turned it on, tried to do it again, and it caught fire a second time. I was like, "What's going on?" She turned around and saw me, so I just threw the oil back on it, put it out again, emptied it out, cleaned it. I was like, there must be something on this wok because it's catching fire. So I covered it in hot water, scrubbed it like crazy, made the chicken just fine the next time, but like I couldn't see anything on the wok. So like that just shows how little it takes to catch something on fire with oil. But yeah, it was just like a giant fire inside the wok going straight up. Like the area wasn't on fire, it was just in the wok. Yeah, I'm really excited for that Clockwork Knight guy, though, because I hope that means there's more.
It's most likely just a one-off,
More than likely.
but it would be pretty neat if they do a whole Clockwork themed archetype.
I'd love it. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Honestly, depending on how they do it, that might be a machine archetype I would play.
Yeah. I'd mix them with gears.
So I think for now, aside from the Fabled, Arcana Force, and the Odeon stuff, I think I'm going to focus on building a deck for reptiles, insects, and plants respectively.
I want 100% building that Odeon deck. Once we get it. It just looks too cool to not build it.
You know what? I didn't do that yesterday, but I'm going to see if I have any of those embodiments of Apophis trap or Apophis the snake deity traps.
The new, like, retrain of it.
Yeah. Because I got a playset of regular embodiments of Apophis on the way, and Mythical Future Circuit.
Oh, you bought some just to have them?
Yeah, like just in case they're going to be useful in the strategy, in the
Like,
deck.
in case they require them for some reason.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep it touching here.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'll be able to fit the entire archives on my entertainment center shelf. But if I don't, I'm gonna have to like buy an actual bookshelf just for Yu-Gi-Oh binders. I was actually looking at this thing. I think it's Home Depot that sells it now. You can get a hidden bookcase doorway.
Ooh.
So you have the standard doorway in a house. All you do is just take off the door, and it mounts into it. and it's a functioning bookshelf that also, like, comes into it. Like, it comes out, turns, and comes into itself. That way you can walk through it as a doorway. And it creates, like, a hidden room. I don't think I'd buy that, because I feel like it's a lot more expensive than I think it is. But I could definitely get a bookshelf. I'm trying to think of where I'd put it. Wow. I could probably fit like 10 to 15 more binders on that shelf up there. Because it's a very long shelf. But we'll see. It's mainly just effect monsters, too. They're the ones that take up the most space. I'm currently in July of 2009, though. So considering $100 today bought me the first half of 2009, I feel like the second $100 I spend will buy me the second half and put me in 2010. Dang, how many binders do you have? I don't know. Good question. Let me check.
Yes.
And that's just for this one collection, too. I have multiple binders for other collections. I currently have 15 binders for a collection of every single Yu-Gi-Oh card in the entire game, in the TCG at least, printed in Near Mint First Edition. So I'm skipping, like, the reprints of cards. I'm just getting the very first printing. I currently have 15 binders.
I forgot I had this.
About half of those are for effect monsters, though. And one of them's actually empty, because it's an extra binder I had, and I'm going to be putting effect monsters in it. I'm just not that worried about it yet. That's quite a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, sir! Trying to get every card in the game.
I just found a RDS limited edition Judgment of Anubis.
RDS, that would be Rise of Destiny, I think. Yeah, Rise of Destiny. I'm Googling it to be sure. Rise of Destiny, yes sir, I know my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I know my sets.
I did find one Apophis, the snake deity.
What
The
set was that
swamp.
from?
Photon Hypernova.
Yeah, that's about right. I forget, that's like a newer card. Yeah, so I have the 15 binders for that. I have one large binder for a collection of a playset of every Ancient Gear card, or cards that have Ancient Gears on them, just to dedicate it to that deck, because I love that deck. And then I've got some extra storage binders, just to store cards temporarily until I can move them into their proper binders.
Found a damn D barrier in here.
Which one day I'll get rid of the extra binders. But for now, I've just got to have place to put cards until I get them in their proper slots inside of their binders. Like down here, I know you guys can't see them, but on the bottom of that shelf, I've got 3-ring binders that are just full of page after page after page of cards from later years, like 2016, 2015-ish. And I just haven't got there yet in the what I call the archives. It's my collection. So I've got nowhere to put them yet. So they're just there, like, in limbo, basically, until I get to those sets. And then everything in these white boxes behind me, right there, are bulk. Just extras and stuff I've got from newer sets that I know are extras. Because when I get a new set of Yu-Gi-Oh, Like, if one was to release, I'd buy a box. I'd get one of every card I pulled from it and set them aside for the binder, and all the extras would just go right in those bulk boxes because it's extra stuff. You know what I want them to bring back? Ghosts from the Past. Ghosts from the Past 3.
Found a playset of Dark Ruler No Mores, Rhoda, a D barrier, an evenly matched, and a couple other staples.
Heck yeah.
In this binder.
Oh, I turned that binder that I rescued from Mikey because he was going to throw it away into a binder for decks I'm constructing but don't have enough of to justify putting them in a deck box yet. And staples.
That's what I'm doing. Or one of my binders.
Oh my god, somebody in the Ancient Gear group chat actually made a intelligent suggestion. I never thought I'd see the day. Yeah, I never thought I'd see the day. They said, what if we tried the Vernisylph engine just to be able to special summon stuff back? And you know, I tried that like a while ago. But actually a good idea. Howdy do. What's up, Justin? How you doing, broski? Brosherski? Yeah, there was actually some really expensive cards in Raging Battle. Did you know Phoenixian Cluster Amaryllis as a super rare is $80?
Really?
It's because it was part of that infinite loop. I don't know why as a super rare it's $80-something because of that, but it is. It's the first time in a long time I've had to skip a super rare. And I had to skip every synchro in the set for now because there's only 4 synchros in that set. 2 of them are ultimate rares. One is a ghost rare and an ultimate rare, which is Power Tool Dragon. And then the last one was only a super, but it was like $15. So for now, just for the sake of time, I skipped it. I'm skipping anything that's more than $10, and then once I catch up, I'll work my way backwards. But I can order quite a bit of cards when they're all like 20 cents a piece.
Yeah.
Because if I get 20 cents a piece, shipping included, that's 5 cards for $1. And if I have $100 to spend, that's 500 cards. If you're not counting sales tax and shipping from TCG. So it's not 500 cards. It ends up being like half of that. Plus, not every card is 20 cents. Some are 80 cents, some are like $2, some are $5, some are $7. So it's up and down. But it's enough to where, like I said earlier today, $100 got me the first half of the year of 2009.
I look at my Super and Ultra Pull to see if I can find 2 more copies of that card.
Here soon, CJ, I'm gonna pull the trigger and make a massive dent in the archives. Because I've got this massive battery cell bank in my closet that I'm just filling with only quarters. Last time I counted it was like last year, and I had $400 in quarters in there. So one day I'm just gonna turn all the quarters into the bank, take that, because that's just spare change I've been accumulating over the years. And I'm just gonna throw it into that collection and make a huge amount of progress. I can't wait to get caught up to the later years, that way I can start buying boxes instead. And then just buy whatever I don't pull, you know? I think 2014, 2015 is when there's a couple of boxes that are still like 70, 80 bucks, even by just today's standards. And I'm okay buying those and then just buying whatever single is left. Although I will do a comparison I'll put every card from the set in TCG Player, and then look at the price of a box. And if it's cheaper just to buy the entire set, I'll do it that way. But if it's cheaper to buy the box and potentially pull something, I'll do it that way. I'm good, Justin. Thank you for asking. I'm just chilling, working, all that stuff.
You know what archetype needs support?
Ancient Gear.
Tin Dangle.
Tin Dangle, yeah, they do.
Just because I love that name, Tin Dangle.
It's a lot of encounters. Oh, sir, it's got nothing on our Aron hunt.
I also found an ultra rare Daiko Senko. Second.
Guys, 8100, I'm gonna take some medicine. But, we'll continue right after that.
I need to get one of those double-sided boxes and have one side for supers and the other for ultras.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I can see the struggle in your face from this hunt. I mean, I'm not really struggling, man. It's just routine, you know? I'm just going through it. Going through the motions. Yeah.
Mega. Good.
The Odeon stuff is going to be TCG exclusive, right?
Yes.
Kind of wondering if that turns into a meta deck.
I don't know. So depending on the way they take it, if it's going to be like pseudo Gravekeeper stuff, or if it's going to be like his actual updates to his trap deck, then depending on how they treat the traps, like continuous or normal, it might just get absorbed into Labyrinth.
And like, if it has compatibility with Gravekeepers, that's a very dangerous thing, because that gives them access to Necro Valley.
Yep.
We'll check the music. Okay, we're good. I'll also take the chance, since I'm taking a small break at 8100, to take a bathroom break. I got faith for 2025 Yu-Gi-Oh though, man. I really think they're gonna have a lot better product design. I think they're gonna address some issues. But even if they do, people are still gonna complain.
Oh, definitely.
But I think they're gonna actually move in the right direction for 2025.
Or at least we hope.
Like I said, I'm calling it. Animation Chronicle 2025. Ancient Gear Hunting Hound support. Love you, Toidle. Love you too, Justin. It just makes me curious that if they actually do that, what they would do with the Hunting Hounds. I feel like they would probably have updated effects that mention Golem in some way. I don't know.
You know what else I'm gonna set aside?
What's that?
A couple copies of Spearman.
That's cheap now. I remember I paid $30 per card for my playset.
I just found it super rare, so I find a couple more.
Oh, this is gonna make me feel old, but I'm googling it anyways. Oh god.
What?
The Hunting Hounds, because they were from Arc 5, debuted when Arc 5 was not out for very long, in April 6th of 2014. So that's over 10 years ago. Yeah, Comic-Con, you saw Monster Hunter? Very nice. Monster Hunter's a cool game.
Got a lot of ice barrier traps.
And honestly, I hate to say it, but I'm about right on time to get the Hunting Hound support. Because sometimes they don't make cards from the anime until like a decade later. Like, i.e., look at Griffor that Yugi summoned against Kaiba in Duelist Kingdom. And that thing came out in the Legendary decks in like 2014. And we saw that in 2002. And there's many other examples as well. That's just like the most common one that people refer to.
Maybe when you get Hunting Hounds, I'll finally get B formation.
That'd be really cool, because that'd be Arc 5 related stuff. Here's the thing, right? If the Hunting Hounds don't mention Golem in any way, that implies they don't have synergy with the new support and the new playstyle, and I don't know how I would use them. Like, the only thing I could think of would be summoning Ancient Gear Hunting Hound off either Gear Town or Catapult. And then the other card I'm blowing up, summoning the other Golem-centric stuff, and making the Hunting Hound fusions that way. But I'm pretty sure, from here on out, any other Ancient Gear card they ever make will have to do with Golem in some way, or just generically support the entire archetype. I don't see them making like 2 to 3 little separate subversions of the archetype, where you can run like a Golem version, or you can run a Hunting Hound version, or something like that.
I mean, subversions of gears,
Yeah.
gadgets, Gadgetrons.
The Gadgetrons were a mistake, and I think they know that, which is why they stopped making them. There's only a few. There's Gadgetron Chimera, Gadgetron Dragon. I think that's it. I mean, there's Ancient Gear Gadget and Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, but those aren't Gadgetrons. I think it was them trying to make the Gadgetrons better, but even then, that wasn't enough. And I think Reactor Dragon only got a structure deck because Yuri used him in Arc 5. What were you saying? You said maybe, and then...
Oh! maybe in another year or two they'll do something with the Gadgetrons.
Dude, I'm telling you, if they retrain the gadgets, like I think they're going to do, they could also retrain the Gadgetrons. And they could import from Rush Duel Ancient Year Gadgetron Amphisbaena. And honestly, the more main deck stuff I get, the better, because my extra deck's getting kind of tight.
So I've only been able to find the one above this Swamp Deity trap.
Yeah?
It's a super rare, so it should not be expensive if I want to order one. Also found a Cupid Pitch and Psy Frame Lord Omega.
Very nice.
These two are going into the extra deck for Fabled.
What's my favorite type combo in Pokemon? I don't know. I like steel types. Steel or ground. Although I like dark types too.
You won't be able to guess mine.
Yeah, you'll never guess CJ's. He said bug. You're wrong. His favorite type is fairy. Oh, I'm kidding. It's bug.
Actually, Dark Bug is a pretty good type combination.
Alright, chat. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take some medicine and do a little bathroom break. So I'll be right back. In the older games, Shiftry is one of my favorite Pokemon, so Grass and Dark would be my answer, but Bisharp is dope, so Dark and Steel there. Shiftry was always cool. You still going through your cards, CJ?
Yeah. Actually, I am moving Vanquish Soul out of the green deck box that I added in,
Yeah.
into the Full Metal Alchemist one.
Nice.
And I'm going to put the Ragnarok and Trap Tricks into the green tree deck box.
So are you preferring the Battle Wasp over everything else? Like, does it feel more like you, or do you prefer the Ragnarok and Trap Tricks? DJ? Hello? You guys can hear me, right, chat? Yeah, you guys can hear me. I see my mic going up. CJ? It's not going up Discord. One sec, chat.
Yeah, I'm here.
There you go. My Discord does that sometimes. Let me double check.
Oh, no, I was just straight up muted.
Oh, okay. Did you hear what I said?
No.
I said, so do you prefer the Battle Wasp? Like, does it feel more like you, or do you prefer the Ragnarok and Trap Tricks?
I like both. It just feels like the Battle Wasp stuff can do a bit more.
Also, I have to say this. Mason put it in my chat. He said there is no CJ, only Zool. And I love that reference so much. Continue though, CJ.
Well, it feels like the Battle Wasp stuff can do more than what the Rika Trap Trick stuff can do.
Yeah.
And with that, I don't know what's holding what back. If Trap Tricks is holding the Ragnarika back, or if the Ragnarika is holding the Trap Tricks back.
Oh crap, I accidentally reset before I even saw the Treecko. It could just be that they have lower ceilings than Battle Wasp. Like, Battle Wasp just might be able to straight up do more, period.
I still want to try the Ragnarika package I was talking about in the deck.
I mean, if you want my advice, you just have to really work on designating what is the package. Because, like, taking my deck, for example, for me, if I was running a thin track package, it would be 2 heavy forward, 1 brutal dozer, 1 road roller. That's it. I wouldn't run anything else. Even though I know Harvester has synergy, I just don't want to take up my normal summon for it. I know Trencher and Tunneler have synergy. I just don't want to take up more slots. Like, you just really got to condense it and, like, min-max everything. So if you're already doing that, then awesome. If you're not doing that yet, you really got to trim it down and trim out the fat. Because you got to remember, the main strategy you're playing with that deck is Battle Wasp. So if you're doing a Ragnarika package, it has to only be the stuff that supports the Battle Wasp. So, like, Mantis Milk is a great example, as well as Hunting Dance.
And Stag Sovereign.
And Stag Sovereign, yeah. So, like, it's up to you to decide if Ragnarok Bloom is part of that package, or if it's just a situational thing that can help. You want stuff from that package to help all the time.
Well, I know Wicked Butterfly and Samurai Beetle definitely would.
Okay.
Because Wicked Butterfly, I can discard it to summon, or special summon any reptile, insect, or plant from hand. And when it's banished from hand or grave, I'll draw at the end phase. And then Samurai Beetle returns a banished Tri-type to the bottom of the main deck, specifically main deck, and then special summons itself, and that's a built-in summon as well.
So yeah, those could be part of that package, but you just gotta keep doing that, like min-max everything. Like, what are the ratios? What can you run? What can't you run? And then just mess around with that. But like, if a card even only halfway fits into that category, don't run it. Because you're running it as a package to support your main strategy. The only reason I ever got a pass from that free legacy is because the Ancient Gear deck wasn't really viable. So I was running a lot of Infinitrax and a lot of Gears. Like, I think at one time I was running 2 Heavy Forward, 2 Harvester, 1 Trencher, 1 Brutal Dozer, 1 Road Roller, and then the River Storm in the extra deck, and that's a lot. It's only 8 o'clock. Mikey sent me a photo.
Oh, Lord.
I'm forwarding this to you.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know if he made that or found that. Did you get it?
Someday I'll win with red eyes. Reality. I'm pretty sure he made that.
Probably. He said I figured it was funny. I just sent him the one I was telling you about with Solomon, Cyrus, Jaden, and Hasselberry. It says how it feels when you're the only one in the friend group over 30. I said at CJ.
Technically, that would be Corey.
Is Corey in his 30s?
Yeah, I think Corey's the oldest one.
Is he? I can't keep track. When I first met you, I thought you were younger than me, so like I had no idea.
Yeah, I'm 30 right now.
What's my favorite Pixar movie? You look like a Ratatouille kind of guy. I wasn't really the biggest fan of Ratatouille. I really like
came to beat your ass, Mason.
That's where the Pixar. I'm going up.
I uploaded a Rogue tier list video earlier.
Yeah, I saw Ancient Garrigan wasn't even on there.
I can grab my dad's electric scooter and chase you down if I have to.
He said, whatever, bro.
Buzz, bitch.
I'm thinking about what I'm going to do after stream. I might play some more Sea of Thieves. Or I might do some more testing with Clockwork Knight. I don't know. What I hate the most is that Clockwork Knight says tribute one other monster. I wish I could tribute himself, but that'd be so broken.
It would.
So I'm kind of glad it has that restriction. But, you know what my favorite part about that is? I now have multiple uses for the Ancient Gear token.
Do you?
Yeah. I can link the token for Clockwork Knight, or I can tribute the token for Clockwork Knight.
Oh, yeah.
The token is an Earth Machine whose original attack and defense are 0. So he meets the criteria to summon Clockwork Knight. And he is a machine, so I can tribute him to summon Statue back. Other than just linking it away or fusing it, even though I never even need to. It's usually just there.
Got 2 main deck monsters. One either another Pendulum effect or ritual.
Or Supreme Darkness.
Yeah. We've got, let's see, 1 extra deck that's either an Ixie or a Synchro. 1 link left. 2 spells, and that's it.
Ancient Gear, Battering Ram, Link 1. Ancient Gear, Pikeman.
I hope Vanquish Soul gets something. It's been over a year.
And it's been over a year since Snake Eyes have been running rampant. I'm so ready for this format to be over.
You and me both.
December cannot come fast enough. Because once December hits, everybody's going to be playing Ryziel and Malice. Snake Eyes will slowly fade out to black.
We hope.
It's not nearly as powerful as Ishizu Tier was at Ishizu Tier's peak. So I feel like it will just fade out eventually.
Get a hate boner for the both of them.
I do think there's going to be more hits to it on the next ban list, but with Malice and Ryziel coming out, I think they're just going to slowly fade out of the meta, as all decks usually do. Question. Answer. What's up, Chikorita? What's up? Persona 3 Portable, Orpheus only, or Doki Doki Literature Club. I've never played Persona 3 or any Persona, and I've only played Doki Doki. so I have to say Doki Doki because I don't know anything about the other one.
I know nothing about either.
Doki Doki is dark, man.
Like, I never played Doki Doki. I think I have it on my Steam wishlist, but never, like, broke down and got it.
Have you ever seen the gameplay?
Like, I've seen stuff from it.
Okay, so you're aware.
I know what it's... Yeah, I know what it's about. I just never played it.
One of my best friends made me sit down and play that at his house one day. And when I reached the ending, I thought I was like... Yeah, I thought I was in a different dimension. I looked over to make sure he was still there. It felt like such a trip. It was weird. Oh, a new thing from Twitter.
It's
That's
Russian
cool.
stuff.
Yeah. Orpheus is the default persona and very first one you get in E3P. Gotcha. I've still never played it, so I have no idea. But I'll take your word for it. I get paid Friday. So excited. Even though I'm gonna have like no money because it's all going to my loans. Yeah, play Persona, man, it's so good. Yeah, I've heard it's really good. I just haven't had the time to sit down and like game much at all. Like all of my time has been going into work or Yu-Gi-Oh! Cut your Cyber Dragon 60 card pile to 40. I would have done that a while ago. That is a good decision. That new Clockwork Knight monster is going to help Cyber Dragon out a decent bit. I wouldn't say a lot, but it's a nice little tech. I feel like more than likely he's going to be a common.
I would think so. I don't see why he would be anything higher than that other than maybe a super.
Yeah. I removed cards I never used and removed the Cyber Dark. Yet again, I think that's a good decision. It was just too big to function. Yeah, and Cyber Dragon is also a deck that, as much as I love it, it's just not really viable right now. Even as a rogue strategy. Like, it's very contingent on opening Clockwork Knight and any monster that is Cyber Dragon or becomes Cyber Dragon, but also having Clockwork Knight resolve and getting that monster to the field among all of the bounces, banishes, and negates that are going on right now. Like, for example, if Clockwork Knight resolves, they're like, okay, this guy's playing something weird. You special summon Cyber Dragon, they're immediately going to chain IP, go into SP, then SP banish Cyber Dragons. Now you can't, like, fuse their whole board away or something. Or they'll use Promethean Princess to pop Cyber Dragon, so you can't wipe the board. It's just not viable in a meta sense right now, but that new Clockwork Knight monster lets us search the spell card Clockwork Knight for Cyber Dragons, which is kind of a big deal, especially for competitive sense. It's just they need a little bit more. Like, Cyber Dragons are always like this close to being meta, but like Konami has to be careful with what they give them, otherwise they're going to be too good. The same with like Exodia support. Like, you can only give Exodia so much stuff before it's like, okay, this is either going to be tier 0 or not even rogue. Cyber Dragon is just one of those decks where like it naturally has the potential to be such a powerful deck that they just have to give them support in spurts. That way it just doesn't become too crazy, you know?
Like Ancient Gears?
The support they gave Ancient Gears, I think, was perfectly timed. If they gave me all that stuff in 2016, oh, Ancient Gear would have been meta deck. Because in 2016, that's when Lynx came out. And we were looking at, like, right before Lynx were a thing, Zoo and something else. And then right after Lynx was Spiral, I believe. Did I see the new Evil support? Yes, the new Evil Hero support's crazy. So happy they finally got more love. I was on the fence about it, man, because Heroes have like 300 cards, and I'm not even exaggerating. It's like close to 300 cards as an archetype. They're the largest archetype in the game.
Heroes has double the amount of cards as the second most supported archetype.
Yeah. I'm happy that Evil Heroes specifically got something, because Evil Heroes themselves were like kind of unplayable in the hero deck. But it's the same side of the same coin. Like, there's not really going to be evil hero decks running around. It's just hero using the new evil hero stuff. You mean specifically Evil Heroes? Yeah, specifically, Evil Heroes needed that. As a deck, Heroes did not need it. I think the Evil Heroes are so underrated. Yeah. Heroes just have so many things. You've got Elemental Heroes, Destiny Heroes, Vision Heroes, Evil Heroes, Extra Heroes, Masked Heroes. There's just so many.
And yet, with all that stuff, Heroes is not consistently topping events.
What's bad is I probably missed a type of hero.
You get rid of the signal binder, and illegal entrants come in the same way. You hear the same thing I do. As far as
Really, all I want from Ancient Gears, now that I've got Statue from 5Ds, and I got some New Age support, I just want all of the cards from Arc 5, except for the ones that are specifically meant to summon Chaos Giant from the anime. Like, Chaos Ancient Gear Fusion. Technically, Ancient Gear Scrap Fusion. But I mean, everything else, like Unfinished Ancient Gear Inspection, Ancient Gear Mask, the Hunting Hound stuff, Ancient Gear Double Imitation. Like, I want all those anime cards, because more than half of them won't do anything. Anyways, they'll be printed to be printed. You plan to make a Crystal Beast Haman setup as well? Yeah, that could be viable.
I mean, the Crystal Beast structure that comes with a common copy of Haman.
Yeah. I think it's because Haman tributes 3 continuous spells, and Crystal Beasts have a lot of those. And they also put themselves in the spell and trap zone.
I know in the, like, Season 3, was it? When they go into the Spirit World, Yubel used the Sacred Beast, but I don't know if she used them when she took over Jesse.
I couldn't tell you. It's been forever since I've watched the later seasons of GX. Every time I rewatch GX, it's always up to the end of the first thing, like with the Sacred Beast, and after that I kind of just fall off.
I need to finish the Waking the Dragons and the Rest of Duel Monsters anime, and then finish Brains.
I need to finish Brains as well. I might just restart Brains, honestly. I don't even remember where I was.
Well, thankfully, if you watch it on Crunchyroll, it should remember where you left off.
What is this? Oh, that's what they posted earlier today. As cool as they are, the Advanced Crystal Beasts, they're just kind of meh. Yeah, I mean, they're from the Animation Chronicles set, but I'm really glad Konami's doing that, because here's my prediction, right? Eventually, Animation Chronicles will come to an end, because they'll print every card from the anime that we never had. However, I think what they're going to do after that is a set called Video Game Chronicles, and do all the cards from the video games we don't have, because there's actually quite a few. They don't work well in their own archetype, sadly. Yeah, it's just one of those card design things. Heck, in Ancient Gear, I've got a spell trap negate that doesn't work well in my own archetype, and that's Ancient Gear Dragon. Just because he can't be special summoned, and we don't want to waste the stuff that ignores summoning condition on him. We want to summon Ancient Gear Golem or Ancient Gear Dark Golem. So I totally get it. Gattletrons. The Gattletrons are just useless. It's not even that they don't work well in the archetype. They're easily able to be summoned. They're just trash. They have effects that were only good in like 2003. And they came out in like 2007. So they're not good. The only Ancient Gear Gadgetron that ever saw any play was Gadgetron Dragon, because I think it was in either Edison or Tengu format. There were some decks that used to run Gear Town and Gadgetron Dragon, that way they could blow it up and summon Gadgetron, who was just a 3k beater. But the Gadgetrons are just awful. They were mistakes within the Ancient Gear archetype. They should have never been made. Or they should have been designed better, to be honest. Their design is just their flaw. And it's all because they wanted to mix the Ancient Gear archetype and the Gadget archetype into the same thing. And it just did not work at all. Gear Gear is fun. Yeah, Gear Gear is a completely separate thing. They're fine as they are.
You don't have to.
Yeah, weirdly enough today, CJ, when I was ordering all those cards, there's a trap card called Gotham's Emergency Call. It's like $8 for no reason. I don't know why. It probably has something to do with older formats.
I think that's a key card for X-Sabers.
That makes sense then. You've recently dabbled into Galaxy Eyes / Photon. Well, come February, they get the new Galaxy Eyes cards for the Tachyons. They're gonna be so good. And honestly, Galaxy Eyes probably has the most powerful counter trap in the game, being Tachyon Transmigration. Card's insane. Fan of the Tachyon side? I'm telling you, bro, the Tachyon side is about to be 10 times stronger than any other version of the deck come February. The new Tachyon support coming is just insanity. More of the stuff Kite used. So yeah, the Galaxy Ice Photons. I don't think any of us told Caleb his stuff releases in February. I'll put it in the server later.
You know what else is in that set that no one's talked about?
What's that?
Trickstar.
Isn't it just one card?
No, Trickstar's got multiple cards.
Oh. And they're mixing with Marincess, right?
That I don't know. No, the character that used Trickstars in Vrains ends up using Marincess.
He says, by the way, Kite is legit, in my opinion, the only good character in Zexal. I think there's a couple other good characters, but you're not really wrong about that. A lot of the characters from Zexal were trash. Zexal itself was kind of trash. My favorite part of Zexal is when it was over. Yeah, Blue Angel. Yeah, I remember hearing something about that.
So there's 6 new cards for Trickstar. 2 main deck, a fusion, I think 2 links, and then a normal trap.
Gotcha.
Trickstar Aqua Angel, which is kind of meant to bridge the gap between Marincess, because it says this is always treated as a Marincess card.
It's so weird that they combine those together.
They didn't necessarily combine them. It's just kind of sort of bridging the gap between the archetypes the character used. Level 4, Water Fairy, 0 attack and defense. Link monsters that point to this card cannot be destroyed by battle. You can only use each of the following effects of Trickstar Aqua Angel once per duel. If you control a Trickstar or Marincess monster, special summon this card from your hand or grave. If this card is sent to the grave as link material, you can look at your opponent's hand and all face-down cards they control. So it's a once per duel extender that kind of gives you info on what the opponent's doing. Next, I think this is also part of the same set, Trickstar Hoodie. Light level 2, 600 attack, 18 defense. If you control a Trickstar Fusion or the Link monster, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the grave as material for a Link summon of a Trickstar monster, you can add a Trickstar Fusion or Trickstar Defusion, which is the new trap, from your deck to your hand.
Okay.
The new fusion is Trickstar Band Dramatis. Light level 6, 2000 attack, 1000 defense, needs 2 Trickstar monsters.
You want to build a Makonko deck in Master Duel? Oh. We know a Makonko player.
Trickstar Bane of Dramatis needs 2 Trickstars. Your Trickstar Link monsters that point to this card gain 1000 attack. You only use each of the following once per turn. If this card is fusion summoned, add a Trickstar card from deck to hand with a different name from the cards controlling your grave. If effect damage is inflicted, target one face-up monster on the field, change its attack to 0. The new...
Chikorita says he's intrigued by the gimmick of Makonko. See, here's the thing. We know a guy that plays Makonko. He's waiting to play Blue Eyes because that's his favorite deck, and Blue Eyes gets support in February. But there's a lot of people at the local card shop that don't like playing against him because he plays Makonko. Like, they hate it so much because it's such a toxic deck. So, if you're prepared for people to hate you, be my guest. Granted, it is Master Duel, so it's not like you'll ever talk to those people, but it's a toxic deck. But do you?
Let's see. Trickstar Noble Angel. Link 2. Like Fairy, 2000 attack, needs 2 Trickstars. If this card is linked summon, add 1 blue tears card from deck to hand.
Oh, so I can add
If you
Angel
have-
Blue Tears.
Yeah. If you have a fusion monster in your field or in your grave, target 1 Trickstar monster in your grave, special summon it. If effect damage is inflicted, target 1 face-up card on the field, destroy it. Trickstar Colo Chica? It's Link 1.
Or 1 sec. Chat, that was the 8200th encounter. So we're gonna end the stream here. So I hope you guys take it easy. Have a good one. See you.